Hello, Cinema Makeup School students, friends, and family. Mary Lou here with another industry interview. Now, a lot of you that are going to Cinema Makeup School, your goal is to work in the TV and film makeup industry. Now, today I've got a CMS grad who is doing just that. Thank you for joining me today, Vyvy Tran.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. We've actually recorded this interview once, but there was technical difficulties because we are in a new world. Things happen. So thank you for chatting with me once again. And you're a friend of the school. Like, I've seen you at a lot of the events that we've done there when we were still doing events early in the year. So I don't know, I'm happy to know you.
Yeah.
So let me start with talking about how you got into makeup.
So I got into makeup pretty much the senior year of my high school year, just fiddling around with different colors and textures, and then I got into more character makeup, mostly from like learning through YouTube tutorials. And then Face Off on Sci-Fi had its first season airing, and I fell in love with that show, and I was so inspired. And to find out that doing character makeup for a living is an actual thing, I wanted to try and pursue that.
Yeah, that's great. And a lot of people don't realize that until there's like a reality show, right? You know, we see monsters or we see makeup or we see different things happen on screen. I feel like reality shows really break the walls down of like, oh, wait, people do get paid to do that. Like somebody had to do that. That doesn't just exist out of nowhere. That's great. That's quite inspiring. So what got you to CMS?
When I was researching different schools, CMS really stood out because their student portfolio was fantastic. And I liked the area that it was in too, and it was within my budget. And I also saw that a lot of CMS grads were also on Face Off. So it just kind of all pointed in the right direction. And I really enjoyed the tour that I was given when I was researching the different schools, and it just felt right.
Good. And you have to go with those feelings sometimes, like seeing is believing, and you like everything pointed to that and you went with your gut. Now you've graduated and you've been actually working in the industry for a few years now. How did that transition work for you?
It was a slow transition at first because you always have to like get your foot in the door. But CMS did really help me get my foot in the door, starting with the job boards that they had. And at the time, Nate was in charge of posting the different jobs, I think, at the time. And he had paired me up with Anna Quijón, which was one of the first scholarship winners for the Neal Scholarship at CMS. And we paired together for a student film at UCLA. So my start was in student films. I learned the vocabulary for filming there. I learned what the different positions were for crew members. I learned set etiquette on set there too. So from there, I was able to make more connections to other student films. And then once those students graduated, they moved on to bigger things, and then they brought me along, and the rest is history.
Yeah, and that's something that has come up in a few different interviews, is that people going into the industry, you know your makeup and you know your stuff in your craft, but then when they get on set, that's when you're really learning about the terminology and how to behave on set and how to, operate within this world, which sounds like you learned really fast, and student films are a great place to do that. So if you are, working on your career, you're in the beginning levels, just take gigs so you can learn. So let's talk a little bit about that, the importance of just taking gigs that come your way.
Yeah, I try not to say no to any jobs just because you never know who you're going to meet on that set. And it's always a learning experience. I always try to take every single job as a learning experience. There's always a new habit to build too, and it's always good practice to stay in practice with doing beauty makeups or doing character makeups or effects too, so that you don't lose that touch in your craft. So when I was working in student films, I also was connected to JQ, who's she is a CMS grad too. And that was a connection through UCLA student film. And then from there, I was able to meet more makeup artists who are already working in the field. And then I met more producers working in the field. And then that led to more work, and you just never know. And it's always good to stay positive and stay kind and get to know the people on set. Not necessarily just so that you can get a job, but just to build a rapport and build your network and learn from others too.
Yeah, be a human when you're on set. Like, don't just be like digging for work. Like, be a human, connect with people, because we're all in the same boat and these are real people that you're working with. Like, nobody on any level is anything different than a human being. They just
Yes.
might have more or less experience in whatever it is they're doing. So, be a good person and interact with people on set in a professional way. You were recently nominated for a Makeup and Hair Guild Award for your work on Paddleton. Talk to me about that project.
Yeah, so Paddleton was another job that I got through another connection from another producer that I had worked with, and also another AD that I had worked with too. So it's all kind of interconnected, and it was a super fun, super funny, like wonderful crew, wonderful cast to work with type of environment, and it felt almost like I was in a film camp in a way because we were filming in Solvang for several weeks. And it's near Santa Barbara. It's this little Dutch town in Southern California. Super cute. Everybody was put up in their own little hotel room. And then we had a mess hall that we would gather in every morning and afternoon for lunch and dinner and breakfast. And then we would be shuttled to and from our locations and then back at the end of the day to do cleanups and stuff. But it was such a treat to work with Mark Duplass and Ray Romano. They are fantastic. And Alex Lehman is a wonderful director and very great at conveying what he wants, and very, very sweet and kind about conveying what he wants with the character makeup or how he wants certain things to look.
That's good, because a big part of working on a film set is communicating, collaborating with the other filmmakers. So this comes up a lot in the interviews as well, is like you are hired there to help execute the vision of the director. So you're collaborating with them. So they want your opinion, your expertise, but in the end, it's what they want. Is there any advice you have as far as dealing with directors and making sure you get what they want on screen?
Asking a lot of questions is important because sometimes you have to do a little bit of digging in order to get the answer that you need from them, because as creatives we all have our different ways of describing what we like, and so that's why reference photos are very important too. Going into Paddleton, after reading the script, I made a little PowerPoint presentation, pulled reference photos and everything, just so that I have a range of different looks to present to the director, and then Alex could tell me, yes, that looks great, that's a little too extreme, that's a little too subtle. That way we can meet in the middle and be on the same page going into the makeup test. And then makeup tests are important too. Doing a makeup test also helps you get to know your actor. It helps just kind of get a dry run of how the makeup is going to go and how the process is going to be. And then it also allows for the producers and the director to physically see in real life, in person, what the makeup is going to look like, so that you have it planned out, you have a game plan, and then going into the shoot, you know exactly what you're going to do and roughly how much time it's going to take.
The preparation and visual assistance, like having a PowerPoint presentation or having a mood board, just so everyone is clear on what we're trying to accomplish, because it's a group effort. It's not just like show up on set, throw some things on, hope for the best. It's not going to work like that, because in film, right, you're jumping around in time. So you need to stay really organized, correct?
Yeah.
So how was that for this shoot? Was it all over the place, or was you pretty much in order?
It was a little all over the place. I don't think I've ever shot anything that was in complete order.
I don't think that exists, right? That's not real.
Maybe in a documentary world, but not even that jumps around too. But yeah, we did have to jump around. So I had a spreadsheet of basically a breakdown of the script, scene by scene, character by character, what the makeup looks are, what the hair looks are. And then in the movie, spoiler alert, someone gets sick, so I had to break down different stages of it. And I would label stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. And then from there, it's a lot easier when we're jumping around from scene to scene, shooting, like sometimes we're shooting scenes, I don't know, like 40, and then we're gonna go to scene 3 or and then back to like scene 15 or something like that. So we jump around days. So sometimes when we work so fast, it's easy to mess things up, especially if they throw in, well, this scene isn't going to work today because it's raining. Let's pull this scene up from Friday and shoot that today. You just got to be prepared. Okay, what scene is that for Friday? It's this stage. Okay, got it. Boom. So you don't have to think too far. The work is already there. It's already organized for you.
Right. If you go into the shoot prepared that today they could pull any point of the script to shoot. So you've done your preparation where you can see like, okay, cool, we're in this scene. Like I didn't plan for that one today, but okay, let's do it. Let's look here. This is where we're supposed to be at that point. Do you have like a book that you have, like a physical book, or is most of it digital?
It was a digital book. Yeah. And so lots of pictures, and then backing up those pictures is also very important too.
Right on. That's what a cool experience. Is there anything as far as set etiquette that you learned or you would like, up and coming artists to know?
When they're shooting or when they're rehearsing, don't stand in the actor's eye line. If they're looking this way, don't stand right there. Just be behind the monitor. Don't look in the eyes because it can really break their concentration. Also, understanding when to jump in and do a touch up and when to hang back, because sometimes when scenes are really emotional, that's another time when you don't want to break the actor's concentration unless you absolutely have to go in. Like there's something blatantly obvious and distracting, then you can go in. And then also trying not to talk on set too much, especially when it's an emotional scene, or if they're just trying to move through the day really quickly because it's a heavier day. The AD team and the director will really appreciate quiet on set. And then also, because Paddleton was a smaller crew, it's always nice to just check in on your actors and see if they need water, if they need a snack. Even though like PAs are doing that too, it's always nice as the makeup artist who's already taking care of them to check in on them too.
I picked up on that it's really important for the makeup artist and the makeup team to just kind of take some ownership and care specifically for their actor that they're working with, because you've done all this work to make them look nice. It adds to the experience for them to make it easier for them. They don't have to worry about their face. You've taken care of that, and you're also looking out for their well-being overall. And I think that's really great advice. So I want to ask a little bit about preparation in your materials when you're looking for work. So if, somebody's like, oh, I've thought of you for this gig, can you send me your portfolio, your website, your Instagram? What is it that you're using to market yourself?
All of the above. I am using my Instagram, but if it's anything specific that they want, I'll pull photos from my computer from what I have, because there are some photos that I don't post due to whether the release of the film isn't out yet or it's just a more private matter. So I'll have to get a release in order to send those photos out that are more relevant to what they're looking for. And then of course I have my website too, where they can reference different photos as well.
Yeah, that makes sense. So you can find some specific things, like depending on what they're looking for. If they're looking for something gory, but maybe you don't have those posted up, you can pull those and give them like something like this, which is good to customize to the project that you're being looked at for. And how important do you feel social media is in your marketing material?
I think it's really important just because a lot of people are looking at it now. It's a quick and easy reference. So it's all the more important to keep your social media really professional. Maybe don't air out your dirty laundry on there. Maybe keeping a separate personal Instagram or social media account for your personal things and one specifically for your business or makeup.
Yeah, you really have to look at it as if it is branding as well. And that's okay to have a separate account. Like you can still live your life on the internet. Just know it's on the internet. It's on the internet now. But, have your opinions, have your things, but do understand that this is your marketing material. And, what would you want to see if you walked into a store? You don't want to see like the owner stumbling around drunk, having the best time at the party, even though that person probably can go to a party and be a human. It's okay.
Yes.
So just keep that in mind when you're working on your marketing material. Do you have any other advice for up and coming makeup artists?
Always be kind, because you never know who you're going to meet. And you never know whose day you're going to brighten. just by that. And please and thank yous go a long way on set, especially when it's a super long day. Drink a lot of water when you're on set. It's easy to get dehydrated, especially in the summertime. I know you don't want to run to the bathroom all the time because it can be an inconvenience, but you have to take care of yourself so that you can take care of your actors. But also just remember to have fun and enjoy the creativity, because our job is a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun, and being on set is hard, and they can be long days, and it might not be for everyone, but there are a lot of people who want to work in this industry and would love to know what it's like on set. So just know that, like, you're getting to do something that a lot of people want to do and may not be able to do. So, congratulations on you pursuing this career. Yes, thank you so much again for joining me. Is there anything else you would like to say to the students and the aspiring artists?
Just keep going at it. Don't give up. Keep practicing your craft. When you have days off, keep practicing your craft and just have fun with it, guys. It's makeup, it's art. Enjoy it.
Very good. Thank you so much again. If you guys want to know more about Vyvy's career, you can check her out on IMDb, on her website, and her Instagram, Vyvy Tran. I'll make sure all those links are included. Also, if you'd like to see Paddleton, it's available on Netflix. So if you're sitting at home and you need something to watch, you want to see Vyvy's work, go and check that movie out. And I hope you guys are doing well, Vyvy. I hope that we get to see you at the school sooner than later. And we will catch you guys next time.
Bye.